So congratulations on Ready, Set, Glow.
Thank you.
Obviously, this is something new for the Hallmark Network. And this is actually your first unscripted project on the Hallmark Network as well.
It is.
So tell us about the process and how different is it doing scripted versus unscripted for you?
It is. Well, to reiterate, like you said, this is my first time doing it. I didn't know if I was going to be good at it, like it. I'll leave that up to the audience. But yeah, the idea came to me about a year before we went into production. And initially when I pitched it to them, they were kind of unsure if they were going to do unscripted. And when they finally decided to, they said yes. I was excited, a little bit nervous as well. But you know, we've traveled the country doing two things. One, showing the light display, but the reason, light displays across the United States. But I think the reason the show got picked up is because of the reason behind the light displays. There was always a reason, whether it be, it starts off super small, like one display, and then as it grows, the town and stories grow with it. So it could be something that started as a small light display, now with 1,000 lights, now might have 1,000,000 lights with a charity attached to it. We experienced lots and lots of those. And yeah, it's just a story about the people behind all the decorations. So it's high energy, it's high paced. You'll laugh, you might have some tears. So it turned out really nice. We're proud of it.
Now, you mentioned that when the project was initially pitched, Hallmark didn't know if they were going to go the unscripted route, and now we're at a time where they're unleashing a ton of unscripted projects or new projects as well. Like, we have television shows for the holiday season, which we didn't have before, and then we also have a few reality competition shows. So how does it feel to be part of this inaugural change and expansion that they're doing?
Great, because I was there when a lot of this stuff that's happening, I never thought it would happen. Even something as far as we just had a Halloween movie come out several years ago. Halloween was not going to happen with Hallmark. So to see them expand and grow, it's been really fun. And then to find out the why behind the changes. So who's to say what's going to be next? So it's been a blast watching this network grow.
So you talked about the fact that it incorporates light displays, and then obviously it uncovers the meaning behind them. Yeah. How wowed were you by some of the displays that you saw?
Beyond just the wow of the displays, the bigger wow came in from the building of them. Some of these folks start in like June. It's crazy. I mean, and they are so, and that's the neatest thing is then when the cameras were off, nothing changed. Nothing changed. These people were still as passionate about it, so nothing was for the cameras. So yeah, we went everything from, there was one farm that had 2.5 million lights. There were some neighborhoods where, as far as you can see, every single house participated. So yeah, it was, I'm glad we had a great production team behind it, because we had to, because you know, sometimes you take a photo and you're like, oh, well, this didn't do it any justice. We had to make sure the cameras were picking up, and it did it justice. So, and the best part about that is everything that we're going to show you on Ready, Set, Glow is something you can go see. So if you see something in Baltimore, and Philadelphia, where you're from, Jersey, Connecticut, New York, Chicago, Texas, California, we went all over the place. You can go and see these places for themselves. And so if we're ever so lucky to get to do this again, you know, you or the viewers can say, oh, I have an idea, or I know a town you should go see that maybe we've never heard of. So yeah, the wow factor is definitely there.
That's actually one of my favorite components of the show, because that's something that like my family and we do every year, is to go into different neighborhoods, whether we're, you know, at our home base or traveling, to view the Christmas decor. And I've realized that that's something that's becoming bit more frequent, like around the country. Right. So as someone who participates in a lot of these holiday films, and then now this, everybody does Christmas a little differently, right? So what is your style for decorations? Are you simplistic? Do you like colored lights? Do you like things to be in theme? Or do you go all out?
I'll give you my most honest answer. Is my family and I, we've moved several times over the last many years. Our style has kind of been based on
the neighborhood,
the house, stuff like that. We live in the Northeast now, so it's more of the white lights to match the snow. But my last house I lived in Los Angeles, it was colored lights everywhere. I Griswolded it out and all the colored lights, it was flashing everything. That style didn't exactly work where we are now. So I hate to give a generic answer, but I do like it all. Sometimes I love the simplicity, and sometimes I love it when these, especially after this show, the house that go all out. I mean, it's like more is more. Less is not more on this show. More is more, and they continue to do more. So
with it being the first season, what is your projection for next year? Are we going to have this for years to come? Is that your hope?
Yes, I'm gonna manifest it. I don't have an official yes, but I'm manifesting my yes. I do hope so, because it's something that we can continue to go around the country. And by the way, like I said, these displays have grown, and it has inspired other families to do stuff like this. So we would go to one city, and like you just said, they were like, oh, well, we once traveled to Pennsylvania and saw this light display, and that inspired us to do our own. So hopefully this show can do something like that. So yeah, I do hope that it lasts, and it could last for years and years to come. Now,
you mentioned earlier that you've been able to witness that you've grown with the network, but obviously holiday is Hallmark's thing. So
yeah,
what keeps you at Hallmark, and specifically within the Christmas holiday genre? What about it do you love the most?
When they say it's a family network, it truly is a family network. Just before I sat down, there are actors and executives sitting right out there that we sit and we chat, and we're gonna go to a baseball game later on, and we're gonna go out to dinner. So when it says a family network, it truly means that all of us here, and getting to watch people that are now my friends grow, and I get to watch my buddies do movies, and then work with different directors. So it's like, you know, who do you wanna work with next? So I've enjoyed growing with everyone, and that's been a very special thing since my first one in 2009.
So how many Hallmark projects have you counted that you've done, or did you lose count? Like, I was talking to Lacey not earlier this year. I spoke to her a few weeks back for celebrations.
Yeah.
And she mentioned that she was coming, this year marked her 40th Hallmark movie.
40th?
Mm-hmm.
I think, and you can fact check me, I think it's 21.
Okay.
It's either 21 or 22. I think someone told me I'd surpassed 20. So it's not 40. Yet.
I was about to say, you still have some time.
Yet. Talk to me in 2 years. We'll do 20 more.
Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you today. Congratulations again on Ready, Set, Glow.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.